Here are 25 things that every single Blox Fruits player must know in order to get good at the game. If any of these you didn't know, comment down below letting me know which one it is and if it affects your gameplay at all. And of course, if you knew all of these, every single one, all 25, comment down below in order to receive your big brain badge. Number 1, and that is that all players under the level of 20 cannot engage in PvP whatsoever. Right now, I am in a safe zone, which means I can't PvP regardless of my level. But if I go outside the safe zone, and if I was under level 20, I would be unable to engage in any form of PvP. This stops high-level players from trolling brand new players and, well, ruining the game. Number 2, if you're having a little bit of trouble with your graphics, there is a fast mode right here. This will reduce lag by disabling materials. It's recommended for mobile players. So if you're a mobile player and having a little bit of trouble, go right here to the cog, click fast mode, and you'll have a better experience. Number 3, the Blox Fruit dealer restocks every 4 hours. We've got 2 hours left until the next restock. Any of the fruits in here can randomly appear in the shop, and of course, things like dragon have a ridiculously low chance, but every 4 hours, all of these have a chance to appear. Number 4, instead of checking the Blox Fruit dealer, stick to your grinding, jump on the Blox Fruits Discord. If you go on the game page, scroll down, you'll see join our community server for updates. This is the Discord icon. You can jump onto the Blox Fruits Discord and people will, basically they'll say all of the restocks. So for people who can't just use their fingers to scroll up, 60,000 for spring, 350,000 for ice, 420,000 for, is that sand? I'm not sure what that symbol is. But again, without checking in-game, you can use the stock discussion in the general chat of the Blox Fruits in order to figure out what is in the shop. If you see something you like, log on, go and buy it. If you are already an owner of a devil fruit and you would like to change it, you have 2 options. Either if you find a new fruit that you want to use, you can eat that, it'll replace your current fruit, or head to Impel Down and talk to the Remove Blox Fruit guy. He's got the weird mask on, and he will remove your fruit for you, and you'll have no fruit whatsoever. Number 6, if you do remove your fruit and you happen to purchase it for Robux, you can go back into the shop and, like, for example, me with my flame, I bought this for Robux. The equipped button is always going to be here. Number 7, if I was to change back to my flame fruit that I've purchased in the past, the game will save my mastery at level 544 for the light fruit. So I could use the flame, level it up, go get another light fruit, eat that, and I would retain the same mastery. I will have my 544 back. That way, you do not reset when you change fruits, you change sword style, fighting style, anything like that. You keep your mastery level. It is important to note that your mastery level does not transfer, though. The mastery that is saved for my flame fruit is different to the mastery that is saved for my light fruit. My flame fruit isn't going to be 544 because my light is. You do have to level them up separately, but when you change them, you won't have to start over when you change back. Number 8, and that is the Blox Fruits dealer cousin. This guy allows you to buy a random fruit every couple of hours. The cost is determined by your level. I got a sand fruit, absolute trash. Die! But there is a way to infinitely grind the Blox Fruits dealer's cousin using alt accounts. There is a video thumbnail on the screen right now that I made recently. Go check out that video if you'd like to learn how to infinitely farm this guy and get yourself a fruit roughly every 10 minutes. Number 9 is all about rare fruits. Now, a lot of people define rare fruits as any fruit that costs more than $1 million from the Blox Fruit dealer. If you are new to the game, you'd be better off getting the flame fruit, the light fruit, the magma fruit, something like that. If you get the dragon fruit early on, yes, it is awesome, but it is insanely hard to get mastery to low level, and it is not a good fruit to level up your overall level. You're better off using a grinding fruit that is flexible and is good for speed leveling. Then when you're a pro at the game, maxed out or something, then you can use something like Control or Dragon or something more exotic and like legendary. Tip number 10, and that is continuing on from the last one. Like I was saying, Flame, Light, and Magma all cost under 1,000,000 coins each and are all incredibly good for leveling up your character. If you are brand new to the game, you want a Logia fruit, you want to level up fast, seriously, get the Flame fruit. It's not expensive and it is really, really good. Tip number 11, Light is the fastest fruit in the game and is considered by most the best fruit for at least early game farming. All of its abilities have relatively decent cooldowns. A lot of them are AoE, and they're just good for grinding EXP and completing quests. Number 12, of all of the devil fruits, another fruit that we have recommended for grinding is the magma fruit. It costs 850,000 from the devil fruit dealer, and it has the highest DPS of all fruits. It also makes you immune to any lava tiles, like over at the volcano there. It's not a big deal, but it makes you immune to them. Tip number 13, if you find yourself unsatisfied with your sword, especially in the old world, get to level 200 and complete the Saber quest where you have to defeat Shanks or the Saber Expert. The Saber version 1 and especially the Saber version 2 have incredibly good DPS, are really easy to use, and a lot of players recommend these purely because of how strong they are. Version 2 is very easy to get. It just requires a little bit of PvP. Version 1, you need to do a quest, but even that is very easy in itself. Tip number 14, if you complete the Saber quest at level 300, you can actually buy Ken Haki from Usopp in Skypiea, or the Sky Islands, whatever it's actually called in Blox Fruits. Number 15, Buso or Armament Haki comes in several different forms, starting from just covering your arms or your legs, depending on your fighting style, to covering the entire body eventually. But regardless of what stage your Haki is at, they all offer the exact same bonuses. So your Haki is effective from the day you get it, and it is just as effective 100 days later when you've maxed it up and it covers your entire body. Tip number 16, every hour that a server has been live, a random devil fruit will spawn. You'll then have 20 minutes to find it. The biggest problem here is when you start or you join a server, you don't know how long the server has existed for. You might have 10 minutes till the next fruit, you might have exactly 1 hour. This is where the Devil Notifier Game Pass can be very powerful, but at the same time, if you're running a private server, you know an hour after you've joined the server, if you're the only one playing, a fruit will spawn and you'll have 20 minutes to find it. VIP servers, like the private pirate bus right here, can only spawn a maximum of 2 devil fruits. When you start the server like I just did, you know in 1 hour you will get 1 fruit, an hour after that you will get a second fruit, but then in order to stop people from basically botting fruits, the server has to be shut down in order for new fruits to spawn. Which brings me to tip 18, which is basically, if your server is empty or you're the only one playing it and you leave, that is considered a VIP server shutting down. Then you will rejoin. It'll say something along the lines of like waiting for server, and it'll take maybe 4 seconds. This is an indicator that a brand new server has opened. A brand new server can spawn 2 new fruits. And while we're talking about VIP servers, it's important to remember bosses do not spawn on VIP servers when they start up. The minute you start a new server, just like how a devil fruit is going to spawn in 1 hour, bosses' timers to respawn will start then. If a boss takes 30 minutes to respawn, it will respawn 30 minutes after the new server has been opened. All right, big tip number 20. Use a gun or some sort of like firearm or whatever to gather units together in a group so that you can more easily farm them. You see, I've brought all these guys together, and now when I triple slash, all 3 of them are gonna get hit. Then I can deadly rush and hit all 3 of them. And that's pretty much how you can speed up your farm. Tip number 21. See the boss right here? If I kill this boss, I'm gonna have to wait 30 minutes for him to respawn. That's no go. If you are farming bosses, defeat the boss on a server, and then join a new server and see if the boss is alive on that server. Server hopping to farm bosses is significantly faster than waiting for them to respawn. Number 22, everyone gets a random race the first time they ever join this server. 90% of people, or roughly that, will get human, which is fine, because if you want, you can use something like Robux to change your race, or in the second C, you can use fragments, and during the previous Christmas event, you could use whatever the Christmas currency was to randomly change your race. As you can see, I've got rabbit ears. This means I'm a member of the mink race. Every single race has its own little bonuses. The mink makes me faster. The fishman makes you faster in water and take less water damage. Skypeans let you jump higher. And there are a couple of like extra races above that, but you can't achieve those races just by doing the reroll. Tip number 23, races have like evolutions. They're called versions. Version 1 gives you some basic stats. Version 2, basic stat increases like to your speed or your jump height or whatever. And then version 3 will give you a special ability. Every single race's version 3 has its own unique ability. They're awesome. Check it out. Plan it with your build. It can all be found on the wiki. Tip number 24. If you're still in the old world and you need a simple but effective farming setup, you can use, I've got Dark Step, but I would say Fishman Karate. Fishman Karate, a refined flintlock for gathering units, the saber for the single highest sword DPS available to you at that time, and I don't have it, but the flame fruit. All of these are really cheap, really easy to obtain. They don't require a ridiculous amount of grinding. They don't require a ridiculous amount of chance because flame is relatively common in the Blox Fruit dealer's shop. They're all relatively obtainable, and you can use all of them all the way until max level. The only thing you'll probably be upgrading is Saber to Saber version 2, and your melee from maybe Fishman Karate to something better in the second world. Alright, last but definitely not least, one that I think a lot of people don't seem to realize, Pirates and Marines both have a special feature. If we join the Marines, you'll see I'm able to click on this wanted poster. It says our level difference is too high. Great. But basically, if your level difference isn't too high, you can get a quest to hunt down the person that you've clicked on, and if you do that, you get bonus belly or money and bounty/honor, or since you're a Marine, you get honor. And of course, if you select pirate, your unique specialness is that you're able to create a crew. You can get a unique logo, unique name, and you only have to be level 300 plus. Alrighty guys, that is all 25 of my must-know tips and tricks. There are so many other things out there to learn about this game, and I could definitely do a part 2 if you guys leave enough likes and comments and seem to enjoy this video. I would more than happily help you guys out. Maybe I could do like a noob version and a pro version, like a first C version and a second C version. Who knows? This was definitely a little bit more of a noob version. But hey, if you're a pro player and you didn't know one of these, let me know in the comment section down below. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys did and did not know. And of course, if you knew all of them, feel free to comment and claim your big brain badge. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow with another video.